As you can see, merch alert. Welcome back
to the P.O.V
podcast. Wait, you gotta.
The camera is going to die.
For the culture.
By the culture.
Let's go.
Welcome to the P.O.V pod, guys. We
Don't
haven't
forget,
recorded in a long time.
I know. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify,
Apple Music,
YouTube Music,
etc.
all the music,
etc.
everywhere. We are growing.
Okay.
Big love. Appreciate everybody for last week's episode that we did.
It was
Got
a very good
love.
episode, guys. Thank you so much for the love.
Yeah.
It was reposted by the author
Shout out
of the
to
book
the author.
as
She's
well,
amazing.
Nana Dakoa. Thank you so much. I love it so much.
That's how you know you make it. Somebody repost, you post.
I was so
You
happy.
Yeah, she texted me excited. I was like, who is this lady? I had
Yeah.
to Google it. I was like, oh yeah, this is the book.
Yeah, the person who wrote the book. So we are so happy, guys. We'll start distributing the POV merch.
Yeah, man. Come on. Hoodies
So,
coming up soon.
Yeah.
It's summertime, so we got shirts.
Yeah.
Look at myself.
Crop tops and yeah. But yeah, today we're gonna do a quick episode, and we are going to piggyback from the episode from last week and talk about the forbidden word. SEX.
The one that your mother used to. Bob, I don't.
What is sex in Creole?
Sex in Creole. There's different terminology. We have we call
As
her mama and papa. So
Really?
when we were kids, we used to play this game, husband and wife. So
Yeah.
we call her mama and papa.
Yeah.
We abandon houses.
Yeah.
I always want to be the dad, and the fine girl always be the.
Chamama Chababa.
And then you have a kid, and then you have a son.
Yeah.
And then always mom and dad be doing the do.
Yeah.
So I always take the girl, let's go to the corner, we do mom and dad.
Really? So as in Swahili, sex is called ngono, usherati.
Yeah.
So
Mama and papa, and bats.
Yeah.
We call them slangs. So bats is slangs for us. It's like it's sex. Or what's it? Woman business. We say it's the most respectful way to say it to an adult is woman business. Like if you don't do black parents or Africans, I don't think we really
talk about it.
I don't think my mom and dad never had the conversation with me. First of all, I didn't even live with them, but my grandparents, nobody actually teaches this shit, bruv, until you get to your own age and figure shit out on your own. Like I
Okay.
never got set down and got the formula of how shit works until I was actually in action. And I'm like, oh, this is what's going on.
So what was your what are so the topic for this episode, guys, is the myths and misconceptions about sex that we believed when we were younger.
Exactly.
So yeah, what can I start by one?
Go for it. Now you're gonna do interview.
No, I thought at first that if even if I don't have sex with a guy and
you're gonna get pregnant.
yeah, I'm gonna get pregnant even if he touches me or kisses me. My mom had told me, if you kiss a guy, I will see it on your face. And then so the first time I kissed a guy, oh my god,
You try not to show
I
it?
was so nervous. I was scared. I was like, oh my god, my mom is going to see, my mom is going to know. And I thought I was gonna get pregnant, and I went and I took the morning after pill. And in Africa, getting the morning after pill is so stressful. The lady was looking at me.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
The lady was looking at me like this young girl, 15 years old.
So you kiss somebody, you want to buy money after pill?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Let me tell you, I was so scared.
You're serious, man.
I was so scared. What was a myth you had in for sex?
We do really have a myth when I was growing up.
Yeah.
I think it was because we did everything in the dark.
Yeah.
Like when we were kids, so what used to be happening, because I moved there at the age of 10.
Yeah.
So do the maths, guys.
Yeah.
It was mainly
When did you start having sex? When you were 10 years? God! What the fuck?
I didn't say that.
Uh-huh.
I just saying we started experimenting at that age.
Yeah.
As
Me
because
too.
in Africa there's not
Actually,
really
I was
there's,
beaten.
there's no age limit
God.
of figuring out what's what.
Yeah.
I think as kids, because we watch so much foreign movie, we're exposed. So when you see kissing and whatnot, so we used to go and react it in our own time.
Yeah.
So that's how that mom and dad segment thing came about when we used to
Yeah.
kids, mom and dad. We used to play that a lot as
Yeah.
kids. But I think the most scary thing, for me, growing up is I didn't know there was all like this contraceptive and all that stuff. I
Yeah.
had no clue.
Here in Australia or in
Back home, I knew there was like, because everyone was just having babies. Like,
yeah.
my uncle.
I don't think many people in Africa know about contraceptives
No,
then, but I
no.
think now it is.
I think it's more
Yeah.
educated. Before it's like they have sex, whatever.
Yeah.
Someone will be pregnant, and then you go see the family. That's how it worked.
Yeah.
It was like, I think I knew about condoms. Not to say, but I knew it existed.
Yeah.
But I don't think no one used it, bro.
Condoms.
No one
but
used
in Africa, oh my god, people can use some weird shit.
No one used it. No one used it. From around my surroundings, like the people that were older than me that I used to see, and especially the women. Bruh, I feel like when I was a kid, the women that are older than me were actually teaching us what to do to them, like learning, like, you know what I mean? It's like
What?
Not like physically, but they're like, when you get a girl, this is what you need to do when you're doing it. Like the older women, like not family members. Like let's say, how do I put it? Let's say like you used to go to school and there's like a fine lady there. They call your wife or whatever. So that's like a thing. We used to, like West Africans, we always like, if you're a kid and you fancy somebody, like you go tell your uncle or whatever, I'll be like, oh, this is your wife. When you're older, you get married to her, and I'll be like, oh yeah, we're gonna have kids, blah blah blah. But it's just like a way of just like saying it. But in your mind, it's a reality. But in their mind,
boys were encouraged to have girlfriends when they were so
Exactly.
young, which is wrong.
Exactly.
Because girls, you were never. My brother, when he was young, my dad used to be like, oh, like, yeah, you can bring a girl, like, do the homework. But me, I could never.
Because we're trying to protect. I think it's a stigma of in Africa where like the men always have their way and the women always have to fight for everything, and it shouldn't be like that. Obviously now, with the society and the world opening, it's more becoming an equal. This is why you want to fight for equal pay and all that stuff. Now the world is equal, so we're all equal now. Before it was like there was a big gap.
Yeah.
And it's like, obviously in the white man world where we live, the gap is still like closed up, but in some parts of Africa it's still a big issue where women have been treated very poorly in terms of like sex and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I think there's still a lot of information that they haven't learned.
Needs to be spoken
about. You know, especially with like we're picking back of last episode that we did with the HIV and all these viruses and diseases. I don't think people are very much aware.
I think
of
these
all
days
this
people
sexual
fear
transmission
pregnancy
diseases.
more than STDs.
Now they do. Hey, if somebody have STD, say, it's okay, don't worry, you'll be alright.
You can
if
take
somebody are
antibiotics.
pregnant, hey, my friend,
Where do you start
dig
from?
your grave.
Oh my god! Like when I was young, it's not that sex actually. Okay, in Africa, yeah. So when I was young, I had a boyfriend, and it was
Confession. Confession.
Oh my god! And I was young.
This
I
is
had a boyfriend, and it was my first boyfriend, and I was so excited to kiss him and to let me tell you. No, I had two boyfriends. I'm gonna
at the same time.
I'm gonna tell you a story about two boys.
And they say men ain't shit.
Guys.
Men ain't shit. Look at this. This is why I have two boyfriends.
No, I had one boyfriend that was my neighbor. I liked him so much because he was the first boyfriend that I had, but he had finished high school and I was still in high school.
You're punchy. You're punchy.
Yeah, so like I was so excited to have him, but he was ready for sex. And I was still so scared about sex. So the first time he tried to have sex with me, I panicked so much I started crying. And I feel like sometimes men do not understand that, okay, like a no is a no.
Oh, mate.
And he got so angry with me and he was like, get out.
Yeah, nah,
get out.
As a man that's sitting in front of you, that you're not lying. We don't know. Like,
and that is so wrong.
I know. I had to learn the word no.
Yeah.
Like to be all honesty, like, because this is an honest
conversation.
An honest conversation. Like the first time I had, or the first time when I liked the girl and we were having sex, and then it was the first time, and then I'm like, oh no, let's go.
Yeah.
I try everything. I'll grab every lube in the universe. I'll go in, don't worry. And she's like, no, I'm like, stop. I'm like, come on, 2 minutes, come on. You know what I mean?
Is
like that is wrong. That is wrong. As a guy sitting in front of you lot right now, that is wrong.
Very wrong. A no is a no, guys.
And it's like you learn. Like me, I know I've learned.
Yeah.
I know when you say no is okay. Oh shit, I'll just go and sleep. I have two hands, guys.
Yeah.
Men, Men, you know what it is, yeah?
Yeah.
Men, we like to act like we don't ejaculate, whatnot.
Yeah.
You know, we don't bullshit. When you're alone, you do it.
Really?
Guys, come on. Everybody does it, man. Everybody.
Masturbating.
Masturbation.
What are your thoughts on masturbation?
I'm a guy. If you want to masturbate yourself, go for it. That's why you have your hands or you have whatever you want to use, go for it. We always deny it that we don't do it. It's a lie. Everybody does it. It's a universe thing.
Yeah.
We're all humans.
But I was telling you about the story of this boy. So, like, I was still so young. I think I was like 14 or 15. And then he wanted to have sex with me because he was already like 19, you know. And I didn't know.
You be jumping.
When I came to Australia at that time,
don't know child abuse.
You don't know about this shit. I didn't know that it was illegal.
Yeah, you want to call the Kenya authorities?
Yeah, I didn't know. Actually, I think we started dating when he was 18 and I was, I think, 13 or 14. So, he was just seeing me, was kissing me and all that. But in Kenya, at that point in my life, I didn't know anything about
just happy a boy that older than you likes you.
Yeah, we didn't have this thing about, it's so recent that we have started speaking very loudly about like sexual assault, abuse, and what type of abuse it is. I didn't know it was like he was being a predator, you know what I mean? But I don't want to call him that because I really liked the guy.
Yeah, but this is a thing. Yeah. If you don't, it's unawareness. You know what I mean?
And my mind was not as mature as I am right now.
It's not even that. It's the community that we find ourselves in, right?
Yeah.
We're in a place where everything seems normal. At that time, all of that is normal. So there's nothing that's out of the ordinary. Yeah. So we can't come here and say he did something wrong.
Yeah, I think even him, he didn't
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if it was here, and we know that it's out of the ordinary, then we say we call police, go to his house.
Yeah, and then so this day we used to sneak around a lot. To be honest, this
sneaky has started.
Guy, if my mom watches this, she'll just be so upset.
This episode, I'm gonna send to your mom.
Nah, listen, there's a time we were sneaking out. My mom had gone out of the house. I was by myself in the house, and then he came to the house, and we were just chilling in the house. You know what I mean? Ooh. Let me tell you, after like 10 minutes, I hear my mom on the bed. Let me tell you, this nigga jumped off the fence at the back door, and then he left his slippers on the front door. I thank God my mom
did not
notice the slippers that were there. I'd be so dead.
Your father would have killed you.
There's a time also we had a house help and we were in the bedroom, and then our house help came out of the blue. We didn't hear her, and as soon as she entered, she was going to open the door. He hid under the bed.
I gotta
and I was like, oh my God, my heart was just beating. Let me tell you, I was just so scared. I was sneaking around so much. Like when my mom tells me go and buy vegetables, I go for hours. And my mom is like, where are you? I'm like, I didn't find it in this shop. I went to the one in the stage far. Because of this one boy. And I was so excited because it was the first boy that like I liked. And then but I was still not ready for sex. We were just making out heavily panting, you know what I mean? Let me tell you, now the time came because he was so much more mature. He knew about sex. He had finished his his high school and then uni. That 1 year break, and then you go to uni. Yeah. So he had already experienced a bit much than I had. So he was 19.
Yeah, he's already
yeah. So he one time he took me to his house. He made me lunch. I was like, wow, like oh my God.
If we call it in the men's cat, we call it preparation.
Yeah, and then he was like, let's come to the bedroom. And I was used to being with him in the bedroom because like we never used to do anything. And then he was like, okay, he started kissing me. I was like, yeah. And then I noticed his hands started going to places. And I was like, no, my heart started beating because now sex, it's sex. Sex is such a big thing. And then I told him, no, I'm not ready. I can't. And he literally like flipped on me. He was like, get up, get out. So in Swahili say, toka hapa. And he was like, go away.
Swahili people, I'm coming. Don't worry.
And he felt so, I don't know. After that, I think I have never been treated like that. So me, I just...
Because it's become a wisdom now to you.
I was like, oh my God, like I don't want him to come and hit me. Let me just leave his house. I cried.
And also, like, it could go left. Like, obviously, if you didn't leave, and then let's say, for example, somebody that would have done
Yeah,
something
yeah,
else, pin you down, and I'd like at the end of the day, he's gonna like he can overpower. You know what I mean? So it's good that you execute.
Yeah, I was
from
so
that situation.
scared. I was like, oh my god, let me just get out of here.
It's good,
I got out
because the more you would have pleaded and you would have gone agitated and gone mad. And then that would have been a story that you didn't want to tell.
And I was like, no, like, I'll just go home, it's fine. And then he, I think after, I didn't call him or message him again. And I was like, nah, like, I sat down and I was like, I think at first, I was like, what just happened? Like, we were so good. And when we started it, he said he was ready to wait. And he changed his mind. Niggas!
Wait, let me do message. You know, I always do message in the middle. Man them! Why you lying?
Like,
every man will tell you, I will wait. Bullshit. Like, once you've tasted the soup, you must continue.
And I'll tell you another story after this. And then after that, like, he called me. This nigga is so stupid. You know those days in Africa where people used to send you songs and
the famous songs, something that reminds you in the middle, like, you know, they give you like those companies
lyric,
give you
a lyric. He sent me a lyric of the song. He was like, please forgive me because I never meant to hurt you. You know that Backstreet song? I only believe in love. I laughed. I had my friend there. She was called Mishi Abdallah. Shout out to you. She laughed, and that girl, she was my classmate. She had come to visit me, so I pressed the audio. He was like, forgive me, because I didn't mean to hurt you. And then my friend laughed. She was like, this stupid boy, like, this is what he does. And then after that, I never talked to him again. Then he's messaged me recently.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
What is he saying?
He was like, I miss you. I was like, what the fuck? Are you fucking crazy?
Yeah, bastard.
Nah. And then, now the difference between that and my second boyfriend, this boyfriend, before...
His boyfriend told me,
before
this
boy, shout out to you. You know yourself. This one, when I was young,
you've done well.
You've done very well, and I respect you. He was now my first. He asked me to be his girlfriend so well.
Declaration.
Like, he took me. He first of all, he bought my mom lunch. Took me to my mom's office and asked my mom if he can talk to me.
So my man went to your mother.
Yeah, we used to walk together to in town, and then my mom's office was in town. So he took me to my mom's office, and then he bought my mom lunch. And my mom was like, okay. And then he took me to the park, and then he just treated me so gently. You know what I mean? And the difference between him, he might think he had already had sex before, but when I told him I wanted to wait for real, he didn't have
experience, knowledge. I think with the difference between 1 and 2, 1 is obviously somebody that's eager, and not like desperate, but I'm going to use the word desperate.
Not patient.
Patience.
Yeah.
And then 2 is somebody that's understanding.
Yeah, and respectful.
And very respectful.
And I feel like he's genuine.
Yeah, because there's 2 types of men out here. And people say, no, we all say, no. There's 2 of us. You can be 1 and be me. I've been 1 and I've been 2. Yeah. So I won't lie.
So 2 for me, like, he was so amazing. God bless you. Like, he took me so slowly. And we started dating when I went to uni. Now I have my own house. Imagine, I have my own house. I have and when we went to the hostel together, he never ever tried to have sex with me, but we were dry humping. Hey, you remember those times when you were young? I have
a story for you.
Oh my god. You're just so curious.
Literally, when I was a kid, like this when I was young, and I had because we used to live down, and then neighbors used to live up. Yeah. So my neighbors.
Okay, check for us if it's still.
My neighbor was a bit older. She was probably I was probably 9, and she was about probably 11, 12. So she was teaching me how to do the dry hump and whatnot. Yeah. So one day no one was home. It was just me, her, like my other people I live with. Yeah. So when a girl wants you to go to a room, she'd be like, help me with something. So I went upstairs. We were doing dry hump. Hey, our brother came. Yeah. Hey, I hide under the bed.
Guys, let's normalize dry humping. Let's normalize dry humping.
I hide under the bed for 2 hours.
Like, literally, and then what happened? How did you get out?
Bro, I thought the brother was gonna come in and just go. This
Yeah.
guy came and had a full conversation.
Yeah.
It's like telling his sister about because we were young, like we were super young, and she didn't go to school. I didn't go to school.
Yeah.
So brother came. She's like, go under the bed. I said, which bed? I went under the bed. Brother came, sat down, just having a full on comment. Me, I wanted to piss, shit, everything at the same time.
Because your heart is beating so fast. Oh my god.
And her room was at the back of the house.
Yeah.
So it wasn't. So luckily, her sis, like, so it's their bedroom. There's a bathroom, the brother's room, storeroom, and the dad's room is on the other side.
Yeah.
What made it ironic is the father was a pastor, so he used to go to the church. So it was the pastor's daughter. So he used to live at the top, we used to live at the bottom.
Yeah.
And they owned the property. But I could tell that I'm telling you, shout out to her. She taught me most of my things I know about women.
Yeah.
Because she was like 12, 13, and I was like 9. So she was teaching me all this stuff.
Yeah.
And me, in Africa, like I said, there's no age when it comes to sex. You learn whenever somebody wants to teach you.
Which is wrong.
Which is wrong. There's no age. Me,
I feel like with boys, they start having sex quickly because it's normalized.
me, I won't tell you when, but I know when my willy got up, that's when we started. Done.
Really?
Yeah. I won't tell you when or how.
Yeah.
As long as I knew my willy was active, I was active.
I personally started having sex way later in life. I didn't start early.
We thank God.
Yeah,
Me
but
too.
I feel like we should go back to dry humping.
In my past life. Go ahead, do a definition of dry humping.
Let's normalize dry humping.
It was normal back then.
Yeah, now people rush into sex, but I feel like dry humping was lit.
Because now everything, you know when you have limited items.
Yeah.
Let's say you go to the supermarket and you know that this is what you have.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get it and come home.
Yeah.
But when you go to the supermarket and you're exposed to so many things, you're just gonna be like, oh my
these
God.
days everybody is in such
That's
a
why
rush to
things
have
with sex.
sex.
Yeah, because we know what it is and we know how it feels.
I feel like even when I had sex, I was just like, to be honest, it wasn't because I was in love.
You just wanted to just
Let me just tell you. I was just so curious. I was like, oh, what is this thing that people are talking to?
The cat died. Curiosity killed the cat.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, like, let me just get it over and done with so that I don't have to talk about it again. But the thing is, like, with dry humping, there was just the curiosity is there. Especially if you haven't had sex before.
Nah.
You are like, oh my God, you're
and you're so focused.
Yeah.
Like you're actually using this.
You're just about to have sex, but then you're like, guys, no, we're still Christians.
There's only one position in dry humping.
Yeah,
you just lie on lie.
Yeah, true. Especially even when you have when I was meeting this and boy number 2, we used to make sure I have leggings on. Being young was just so lit, like, let me tell you. Being young was lit. But yeah, another myth that I thought about sex when I was young. I've told you that, when you kiss, or even if you don't have sex, even if the boy touches you, you will get
yeah, lucky at least your mom lied
pregnant.
to you. But I didn't know nothing. I just lived.
And then what else? I feel like with me, I thought that you can have sex with someone if it's the first time, you won't get pregnant. But if you have like the second time,
the first time, last time, third time,
about that.
It doesn't matter. Like for me, I grew up a lot around women. Like people, like I say all the time, my family is women orientated. We have so much women than men, so women dominated. So it's like for me, I see what happens with all aunties, cousins, sisters they've gone through in terms of men and sex and whatnot. So I used to piggyback off that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? What they've done and what's going on.
Yeah,
so I used to ask them dumb questions like. They used to use, like, my cousins used to use me to go see their boyfriends. Like, with kids, they'd be like, oh, we're going to go take them here. And then go see my man.
Yeah.
They'll be standing outside for 2 hours waiting. They'll come outside sweating. And I'll be like, oh, what happened? They're like, oh, no, it's hot inside. I say, okay, let's go.
Like
you're clueless.
When you had your sex the first time, what was the experience?
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah. Did you know where to put it?
No, I didn't. She was like, put it here. I said, okay. He said, do this. I said, okay.
Did you have sex with someone who was a virgin as well?
No.
Oh my God.
He was older. Someone older.
Really?
Shout out to you.
Really?
But Tumu was active at a young age.
How much older?
I'll not get back you to come and do child. Federally would call me just now and say child abuse. We're not doing this.
And
I was young. Let's say I was young. I was
And-
very young.
when you started having sex, when was the first time?
The proper
that-
like when I was like,
No, let me ask a question.
go
My
on.
question is,
go on.
when did you realize that women, you have to please the woman as well? Because I know probably for a very long time when you started having sex, you didn't know that the women has
when I got in a
orgasms and
relationship.
Really? And when you got into a relationship, did your woman communicate to you that?
Yes.
Because I personally didn't know about orgasms.
Well, I'd say, yeah, maybe more like my previous relationship. That's when I literally understood the meaning of like there's two sides to the story.
Yeah.
Like literally, because we spoke about certain things
Yeah.
and we broke it down. And for me, I feel like it's good. Like for man, honestly, like for me, I feel like if you're gonna go on a journey with someone, you need to understand who they are, how their body works, certain things, and this and that. Because, like I always say, man, that's it, done. Once
As
your
a
will is
man-
out, you're done.
As a man, do you know about the woman's body?
I do.
Do you know if I put a photo of
You want
the
to be
woman,
doing scientific?
the
We can
scientific-
do it.
will
Next
you be
episode,
able-
go and bring scientists.
Will you be able to point out this and this and this?
I
and
can
this?
try.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good because I personally.
But that's the thing. I learned it like at
Later.
this person like
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Not like when I was just active. I didn't care about sexual pleasure. I just wanted to do my.
For the longest time, I didn't know about
Bruh.
women pleasure.
I'll tell you the places man
I
used
just
to be.
knew that it is only the man. Honest, I
tell
can
you.
say, I can say, I
Yeah,
can
because
say,
that's the culture we used to.
yeah,
they taught us
I
back
didn't
home.
know about women orgasms.
Missionary was everybody's lifestyle. You know, shit. Open leg, enter, boom, finish,
And
go
I
house.
feel like for the longest time, when I first had sex, I was just having sex because I thought when I had sex with the person, it means that they love me. But one misconception that you guys should know about
That's not how it
is
is.
having sex with a person does not mean that they love you. Someone
No.
can have sex with you but hate you. You know what I mean?
Oh, God.
So don't, especially when you're young. Like I was 19, 18, 19, and I thought that
Good on you. That's long.
yeah,
That's
I'm
long.
a baby. I'm a good girl.
That's long.
But if someone never knew,
Now in this thing, I'm the devil's advocate.
nah. But I'm saying you didn't know because you assumed, oh, when this person has, when I sleep with this person, or it will show the person how much you love them.
Yeah.
But you have to realize that there's so many other ways of showing intimacy in a relationship.
Definitely.
You don't need to have sex with the person. So for me, that's one misconception that I had when I was young. I was scared that, oh, if I don't have sex with this person, they won't love me anymore.
Nah.
And they probably hated me. And then, like, we were still having sex. You know what I mean? So
So I think like you said, I did not understand a woman's body to like at this age.
Every person
20.
that you've had sex, have you loved?
No.
Have you had sex with a person that you've disliked?
So many.
What?
So many.
Men will leave you in the desert without water. So when you were in this process of hooking up with this person that
When
you
I was
don't
a teenager,
like,
all I wanted to
how do
do
you
was get my willy wet.
How do you talk to them to make you get to the point of having sex? Or you just lie?
It's called bullshitology.
Oh my god. Niggas ain't shit, man.
It's called bullshitology.
Niggas ain't shit.
Look, when I was a kid, I don't think I ever knew the meaning of love or whatnot. I just wanted to get my willy wet,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Do you believe you've said that okay, men can have sex with women that they don't love? Do you believe that
definitely.
women can have sex with men that they don't love?
Certain women can.
Certain women
I
can.
believe it.
Yeah.
To just because women have, like I always say, women literally the world we live in is run. We are just the face. The women do everything. Just like a woman is scarier than a man when they want to be, and that's the God truth. I feel like women can literally do whatever they want.
Yeah.
And it's worse when they do it because you will never know. As a guy,
Yeah.
you will never know when they do it. But for guys, we are easy to get caught out.
Yeah.
Easy to get caught out.
Yeah.
Like we can, I'll come home, like for example, I'll come home and have a conversation, and then I will just literally sell myself of what I've done
Yeah.
without you not knowing it, but now I've actually given you the information, and then you go and figure out everything, and then come back, sit there like nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
It's like certain things that men do, we think we get away with it, but we don't. It's just a moment of like, our minds are like, yeah, we got away with it.
And when you were younger, did your parents ever sit you down and teach you about sex?
But I met my mom at the airport, Sydney Airport. That's when me and my mom started busting jokes.
I think the only...
I didn't live with my parents. I lived with my grandparents. So I lived with my grandparents. I had a lot of uncles and aunties around to teach me all this stuff. But I feel like they were in their teenage years. So they were living their life. My aunties were like living their life. My uncles were doing... Oh, man. My uncles, oh shit. We used to like... have nickname and code names for girls that will come over. Yeah. So if this one is here and this other one will come and my uncle is busy with this one, we have to distract this one so this one can go.
Yeah. I feel like for me...
So the fuckeries has been going on for days, man. We just continue off what they did. We pick back off their bullshit and then obviously growing up, we just did the same shit. We didn't learn, like obviously, I feel like... Yeah, the place. Yeah, no.
Parents. What my parents told me is when when I got my period, my mom was like, "Now, this is when if you play around, you're gonna get pregnant. You're gonna get pregnant, and then you're gonna drop out of school and go and sell tomatoes in the market." That's what my mom told me. Like when I got my period, and then my dad one day, I think it's when I started talking to boys so much, he came to me. He was like, "Maggie, if you are in heat, if you feel like you cannot hold it anymore and you need to have sex, just use a condom. Please, just use a condom."
That's the thing.
He didn't say anything else. He didn't subtract or minus.
We don't.
But I feel like it's because the topic of sex is so like, oh my god. Even that,
like I feel like in the community, in the African communities, a lot of boys, we don't know how to use protection.
And they have this misconception that if you use protection, you are a man here. If you use protection and if you don't, is there a difference?
Slightly, yes.
But these days they have the thin.
It doesn't matter how thin is. Skin is skin.
Really?
Skin is skin. Yeah, slightly yes. But at the same time, look, me, I don't want to have a baby.
Yeah.
I don't want to be carrying a baby. I would love to have a child, but I would love to have a child with somebody that I see myself growing with, or somebody I end up marrying. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, if it doesn't work out 5-10 years down the line, it doesn't work out. But at least we've shared that journey together.
Yeah.
I just don't want to go. I'm bored. One day I go sleep with somebody. 3 months later, they tell me they're pregnant. Like, I don't want that. And thank God we're still progressing. We don't have it. We thank God for that.
Yeah.
Because like I used to be that type of boys that I never wanted to use condoms.
Pull out game?
Yeah.
I don't trust
I will fucking give you a dead, like, you know, I don't worry, but I feel it when it comes out, I just bust it back. Like, you know what I mean? All this I literally learned now, like this age, like.
So what were you doing before?
However I want.
And then it is just by luck.
Yeah.
What? Oh my god.
Yeah. Whatever I wanted. Yeah. I was like, what? Like some days I will have it on me, but I'm like.
Yeah, I feel like.
And then some girls didn't even ask, like they don't ask. Some of them didn't care. Some of them didn't ask. Some of them asked. It's like sometimes you have it just for the girls' mindset to be at ease.
I feel like me, to be honest, like with sex, I just do not risk it. Like, nah, fucking way.
No, a lot of women don't.
I feel like it is important, guys, for you to try and use protection. Like, because in this life, there's no take twos. What's the question?
Okay. When you're in a relationship, do you think you should still carry on using protection? Or you be like...
You should.
You be like, no.
You should, but...
We're boyfriend and girlfriend, we don't need to use it.
You should, but most of the times... You don't, because maybe if you're with one person, you should still, you really should, but sometimes you be like, oh, because I'm with one person and it's fine, you know what I mean?
Sure, right.
But the question is,
and Junior comes out, you be like, sure, right.
Exactly. And then the thing is your partner trustworthy enough for you guys to stop using condoms? Because you might be faithful and the other person...
Are you willing to go through, because don't forget, when in a relationship, right, and you stop using condoms and whatnot, the girl has to take the contraceptives, she has to get the thingy. Yeah, we don't have to do shit.
Yeah,
we just don't have to fuck somebody else.
Would you take the male contraception?
What's it gonna do? Like,
it stops the... I don't know how it works, but it stops the... When you shoot your shot, then you shoot it. It's shooting blanks.
No, I don't want a blank.
Why?
I don't want to blank. I'm not blanking, Jesus name. I would not blank in Jesus. But you know it's not.
No,
it's okay.
Because if women,
I will wrap my willy.
No,
I don't want to blank.
Women go through so much
That's
contraception.
I'm saying I don't want to blank. I'll wrap my willy. It's calm.
Yeah.
I'll just wear the condom.
Yeah.
Allow the blank. What happens to then? When I'm ready, is like.
Would you do a vasectomy?
No. Why?
It's reversible.
I don't want to do
you
forward
just
to
snip
go back.
it.
Snip waiting.
You snip the thing, and then they can you snip the place. You know where it.
You know who needs to do vaccine? Nick Cannon. Go and speak to him about Nick Cannon.
Yeah, because he has so many places.
When he do it, I'll do it.
Nah, but you can. He can afford to have so many children.
Me too. In Jesus' name.
But you need to consider this, because maybe if your wife has some issues and she can't take the contraception, what will you do?
Oh, it's a simple. We sit down and talk about it. Like if I'm with somebody that I know that all these things are gonna be a complication for them,
yeah, I
always work with my partner.
Because personally, I have taken contraception, and I feel like sometimes we don't realize that it weighs. Like it's.
I've heard about that.
Yeah,
I've heard about the weight.
First of all, your weight, you gain a lot of weight, and your hormones are out of whack. You can be so moody. One time you're so happy. My one, sometimes I'm so happy. Sometimes I'm so like upset. You know what I mean? And it is just so it's stressful.
Like,
I used to take the pill, but I'm never going back to the pill because. So you need to take it at the exact same time, and sometimes when you go out in the morning, you forget. You take it at different times. Hey, I can't trust the pill. But before you think about taking any contraception, it is important to do research and go to a doctor, and they'll speak to you and choose the one that's best for you.
Especially do all the tests necessary.
Yeah.
With like your blood and whatnot, because obviously, like I said, when you're with somebody, like I've been with like. Serious relationships, and it's like all these things reflect on their body and whatnot, and it's like if they're not gonna take it, I'm not gonna force them to take it. I just gotta the only thing I could do is wrap my willy. That's it. You know what I mean? That's the only thing I have to do. It's not the hardest thing in the world.
Yeah. Yes,
it's annoying as a guy. Yeah, you just want to do but it's at the end of the day, it is what it is. But because would you rather wrap your willy for so long and until you're ready to have a child, or would you just rather get a child out of the bloom, and then even if you're that person don't work out, you're stuck with each other. Like people don't understand. Like when you have a baby, brother, you're stuck with this person, brother. Like this person and you are stuck because there's a kid in between.
I have a question for you about sex.
Oh.
Do you think sex should always be spontaneous?
Depends with who.
I don't think sometimes. In reality, guys, let me tell you, it is not like the movies where every day...
No, some days you want to...
when you want to spice it up. But sometimes in reality, you work at 9 to 5. Sometimes people wake up at 7.
Yeah, you want to do a quickie.
Yeah, sometimes people wake up at 6. So sometimes even you can schedule sex. You say every Wednesday we have to have sex.
Timetable go.
Yeah.
Timetable go.
Yeah.
Which one's mathematics?
Let's say, for example, you guys have kids. You have. It's not like right now we are young. We don't have a lot of responsibilities. But let's say, for example, you're young. You have kids. It has to be average. I have a thing here that's been written. There's a misconception that sex should always be spontaneous. There's a misconception that it should happen effortlessly and spontaneously. In reality, it often requires communication, planning, and sometimes patience to ensure mutual comfort and satisfaction. Sometimes I feel like men, they feel like, a woman can have sex at any time. And also, women assume,
That's one thing I've learned.
Women also assume that men can have sex if you want to have sex with your partner and she says no, it's okay. It's not okay, but you'll be like, oh, it's fine. But if your partner, most of females, I'm saying then
I say no, it becomes World War III.
It's always an issue. I know. And
you will not sleep in the house.
Yeah, and it's because sometimes women feel like,
you a machine gun.
Yeah, men should. But in reality he's probably tired.
Yeah, we're not machine gun.
He's probably had a long day. He's probably had a very long day and he wants to just rest. So maybe cuddle the nigga. You know what I mean? And just
people, God bless you, my sister, for that one.
It's because that's one
truth.
thing I want.
When he's our turn, you want to be doing honey, and I'm like, I'm tired. You say, oh yeah. then it becomes a firing squad. There will be no food in the house.
And it's
It'll be
because
silent treatment.
it's because you felt like it's rejection.
But it's not, bro.
Yeah, that's what
I'm giving you 99. What about the 1%? Can I not keep it?
Sometimes you feel like you're being rejected, and I realize that it is wrong. Men can also rest.
Bruh.
It's fine.
We're not machine gun.
Yeah.
We can rest.
Yeah.
But even though that we don't want to rest, we still want to do.
And also, I think I wanted to also educate people on, like, when it comes to sex, if your woman is also, some women experience vaginal dryness, some women experience sometimes a bit of pain.
A lot of
you should. I feel like men, whoever you're having sex with, I don't know, whoever you're having sex with, you should have an open line of communication when you're having the sex, so that you can enjoy it and there's mutual satisfaction. Because some men, when let's say, for example, I'm telling you that, oh, I'm dry, it doesn't mean rub my clitoris quickly. You're not a DJ.
Quasi, wait. Let me call you a DJ.
You're not a DJ.
Quasi, come on.
You're not a DJ. You know, some men, if you tell them, oh, like, you're dry, he goes, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is this?
It's internal.
Yeah.
It's internal.
When let me teach you guys. When you're having sex and your girl tells you they're dry, let's normalize using lubrication. Because sometimes maybe stress can cause you to be dry.
Oh, yeah,
sometimes your hormones are out of whack. Sometimes, like, the first round you're wet, the second time you need a bit of help. You know what I mean? And some men get offended when the women are dry. Even in the book, I think in the book there's one story.
Oh, like, the guy gets pissed off.
Yeah, because you're dry and it is not your fault. Some women, like, the bodies are so delicate. You have to know your woman's body. There's also a case of, like, pain. You know, like, it doesn't matter whether
I'm telling you, I learned all this. This is honestly speaking. I learned all this as like a 25, 6, 7-year-old. I didn't learn this as an 18-year-old, 19-year-old, 20-year-old.
And you don't know.
I didn't give a fuck. Honestly, God speaking, I didn't give a fuck.
And
I just wanted to just
God forgive those ages that you are, because sometimes
like,
no, let me tell you, guys, I'm here to educate you, because some men, let's say,
but that's the truth. Like,
yeah,
you know what it is? It's because the mentality of a teenage, like, growing up, and what we used to see and what we piggyback off, we just carried on.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, the places that we used to do our thing, it was.
No, even like some women, when they have sex, even if they're not virgins, there's a bit of pain. That means maybe you should go to the doctor, or you should use a little bit of more lubrication. You know what I mean? And that is also something that you should communicate to your partner. Don't be in pain. Pain during sex is not normal. So yeah, guys, I've forgotten what I was saying.
Yeah, so use lube.
Oh yeah, make sure you use lube.
I was saying I have plenty of lube.
Different flavors.
Flavor.
But for girls, it is important for you to use water-based lubrication.
But our water-based one is shit, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Ugh, you want to use the oil-based and it's so sticky.
No, it's oil one is silk. It's like very silk. It's soft. The water-based.
What the fuck?
I don't even know what I'm saying.
Huh? It's silk. It has silk. But
the plant-based one, water-based one.
Oh, plant-based? Really? Is there a plant-based?
No, there's no plant-based. The water-based one is good.
Yeah.
But yeah, the oil one, obviously, a lot of women prefer the water base.
Yeah.
See, no, this shit, man.
Yeah. Because it's more like, it's not sticky.
On the skin and on, the area, it's less, it doesn't have reactive and all that stuff.
Yeah. And also now, I was telling you guys, like, women, when you're having sex, make sure you communicate to your partner. And men, you should listen to your women. As I said before, like, some men, when they are rubbing your clit, and then you tell them, they start doing they go hard. It is not, we don't want friction. You just have to do it slowly. You know what I mean? Learn your women, communicate properly, and make sure that there is an open line of communication. When the woman says stop, you stop
I see
immediately.
why I'm in the middle of movement.
No.
I'm at the bus. You're telling me stop.
Yeah.
I'm at the bus.
You have to stop.
I know.
You
I
have
know
to
now.
stop.
But in the past, I'll be upset because I want a bus.
You can be upset outside going home because when a woman
So
says
who's gonna
stop,
make the bus?
you can finish yourself because stop means no. It is not a
for real. No
maybe.
means no.
It is not a please. Can I finish? It is no.
Let me put the tippy.
No. That thing for okay, do you know these people like when oh god, you know these people like they say, oh, I can have sex back door. I'll still be a virgin because I haven't had sex vaginally.
Baba, how is
Vaginal
when you
sex.
think something goes inside, it's classified as intercourse. You know, Google intercourse.
Yeah.
Intercourse, that's the key word.
And also don't be pressured to have sex. I feel like me personally,
Are you pressured?
I don't think I was in a position where I could say no because I was young and I was scared that if I say no, or this boy will stop talking to me and stuff. You know what I mean? So it wasn't a situation where I feel like I was so in love. You know what I mean? I just did it because fuck it. You know what I mean? Let me just do it and get it over and done with and feel what I need to feel. You know what I mean?
How did you process it after? Like when the whole thing was finished? What was your thought process?
I felt embarrassed. I felt like, oh my God, I've done something so wrong. And I think it's because the partner that I had at that time was also young and they didn't like make me feel special. Not special, but it wasn't like you know when you're having sex with a person, especially if you know that it's the person's first time, I feel like when you have sex and then you immediately get up and leave and do your own thing after, you leave the person like wondering, oh my God, you know what I mean? At least stay there a bit, cuddle, do this, you know what I mean? I didn't experience any of that, you know what I mean?
What was the like? Obviously, it's done first day. What was the conversation, and did you see anything change after?
With the conversation,
like his attitude, the way he was talking to you. Did anything became different? Because I know when we want something, there's a target. Yeah. We become this angel that God did not create. Yeah. Once we get what we want, then we realize that He's still trying to create the angel. I feel like for me, the devil's famous cousin.
When I first had sex with this person, I was very curious, and you know, I feel like for him it was fresh meat, like very excited, you know. And then we didn't even have proper good communication even before that. I didn't even know the guy like that. You know what I mean?
Everything just went back to the way it was.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing different. Like I didn't know him. I feel like I got to get to know him after we had sex.
At least he stuck around.
But I don't think he stuck around because
he wanted to get to know you.
Yeah, I don't think because I don't think he liked me enough. You know what I mean? And that's fair enough because when you're young and like it is your first time having sex with someone, you're scared that, oh my God, this is the only thing you have to offer this person to keep them. But now that I am older, I realize that I have so much more to offer than sex. I can be with the partner that I have now. I can be with him, and I know if I say that I don't want to have sex for a year, he'll be okay.
Shout out to my
he
man.
will.
Because you know there's other ways now. You got Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, there's other forms of intimacy. Exactly. And sex is just a bonus to, like, you know what I mean.
Okay, before we wrap off and finish, what would you say to my man? Because I know I was young. Yeah. What I would say to her is probably if I could take it all back and do it my way, I would have. Yeah. Like the proper way of experiencing it, the actual way of having sex, not the way. Because I tell you right now, every West African boy you speak to, they've all done it my way. Guys. Yeah.
I feel like what I'd say to the person that I had sex with first, I would be like, I probably think we should have communicated a bit more, and I wanted to be a bit more comfortable in the sense where, like, it would have been best if we got to know each other first for a very even if I don't think I literally met this person Saturday, Sunday we had sex for the first time in my life. So you know that's traumatic to me. Right. You know what I mean? And I don't think the sex was
And you do want to do my man, number 2, the guy that took your mom on a lunch date, got your mom lunch.
Nah, it's not that. It's because it was that one for, like, he was sat, and then he came and he was like, please, let's do this, yeah. And I thought if I said no, like, imagine, let me just be honest. When I had sex, I just had sex because just to finish, so that they can. I didn't know. You can leave. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because it was just one for I beg. I beg you. Let's just have sex. Like the way they communicate. It was a lot of pleading and a lot of convincing that happened because I wasn't ready. Man. Yeah, but it is what it is. It happened, and it is a lesson to learn. Like sometimes I know is a no, and it is good to have men around that when you say men or anybody who you're having sex with, doesn't have to be male, female, whoever you're engaging in sex with. If you say no, it's a no, and it's good to have your partner respect you and just keep it at that, because you don't have to have sex with someone to make them feel like you love them.
That is true. Yeah. And if you don't want to do it, don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't feel pressure to have sex. People these days have sexualized everything, and they've made it like
it's the new norms. Yeah. It's like a normal thing. It's like before it used to be a taboo.
Yeah, when we were kids, talk about it. But these days, even the music.
Now there's so much, like, what I would say is, like, there's so much education. Yeah. For us to know what we're doing before we step ourselves into that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like for me, let's say God willing, I get a daughter. I want a daughter. My first child, I wanted to. If I get a daughter, I would actually educate my daughter.
Yeah, you sit them down and have the talk.
About men. Because I've experienced it, and I am a man, and I know how we think, and I know how we work. It's the same thing I literally say to my sisters. Yeah. And the good thing is that they can come and confide in me. Yeah. They're like, oh, you're right, this and this. I'm like, yeah, I know, because I used to be that dickhead. Yeah. I used to be that guy. So if you're going for this guy, just know that this is what's going to happen. And I can't stop you because I'm not there. But the whole thing of when it happens and when it's finished, just use that thought process.
You have the tools, you use it.
Yeah, just use that thought process of, my brother was right. He is, a douchebag, or he is an idiot. Oh yeah, my brother right. He's a good person. Yeah. Because we see things. It's the same thing as women. No, we have two different tunnel vision of how we view life and sex and all this other stuff. And obviously, for myself, my experience with sex was different. Because for me, I never said no, but I just went with whoever it was, whenever it was. Yeah. My first time. There was not even a conversation. Yeah. I was too young. I didn't even know what was going on. I had no idea what I was doing. I just did it anyway. I was like, why not?
And how did you feel after?
Baba, I didn't even know what happened.
So you didn't feel...
No, there was no one at home. There was just me and this lady.
Were you happy after?
I just went to play.
God, how old were you?
I'm not disclosing that.
Oh my gosh. You were predated. Yo.
I just went to play. I was chilled. I had no stress.
Yeah.
But then when I started getting older, when I started doing it my way, like obviously not the right way, but when I started having sex like because I wanted to, it was different. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then the older you get, the more you learn. Like now sitting in front of you as a grown man with a beautiful, amazing beard, I could tell you that I've learned so much about a woman's body, sex, conversation, all these different things that comes with, even if you're not in a relationship, cause wherever you're sleeping link, whoever it is, have the conversation about that.
I also feel like for me,
if you're sleeping with someone, more than 3 times, you guys need to have the conversation.
Yeah, you need to. Yeah. And I also feel like one thing about me that I feel like would have been important, I would have preferred to have sex for the first time when I knew my body. You know what I mean? I would have preferred to have sex when I know what I want. So it was probably when I was more mature. I would have preferred to have sex the first time when I was more mature and I know what I want and I am not guessing. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of things that come with sex. Women get yeast infections, you get UTIs, and you're scared. You don't know what it is because you don't have the education for it. Because you just know, if I have sex, I'll get pregnant. I'll use a condom. I'll lose it. But there's so many things like maybe this condom, anything can give a woman a yeast infection, you know? Yeah. So there's so many things that you need to learn before you have sex. Learn your body, what you like. Maybe you don't
ask questions, man. There's people. There's people out here to help. There's obviously hospitals, chemists. Now it's normal to ask somebody older than you. Like I speak to my youngies all the time because it's common. Like I want you to understand that this is how life works. Yeah. You can leave it or take it. It's completely up to you. Ask, because if you don't ask, you don't know,
Yeah.
and then you go and jump into something. Guess what? You get hurt,
Yeah.
and then you come home crying, and then you hate yourself, and then you start feeling
Bad.
you go on a spiral, and it's
Yeah.
like you should not get to that point. Prevent
Yeah.
yourself from getting there. Like, I'm not saying you won't have sex, but I can't stop you
Yeah.
from having sex. It's not going to happen. But make sure when you are doing it, you at least have some sort of preparation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just that keyword preparation from your first time.
Preparation.
That's it. Now I'm a black man, I say preparation. Why people say preparation?
No, and I also feel like there's no need to feel shame. There's no need to feel embarrassed. And sometimes even a lot of women, a lot of girls, I don't know, even boys too. I don't have the experience about.
There's a lot of boys that are
you
insecure
feel
about it. It's just
shame,
like we won't
you feel-
say it.
Yeah,
because we were
don't feel
pressured and
shame.
bullied and all that stuff. Yeah.
Don't be pressured or don't feel ashamed. If you've had it, it's fine. And if you need to talk about it, make sure you find someone who you can openly communicate how you feel. Because some people don't want to have sex, but they just do it because
a lot of, like I said, for men, for boys or men, whatever you want to call yourself, a lot of us go through that. It's just because my friends done it.
So
now they're like, oh, man,
peer
you need
pressure,
to do it, you need to do it, and then you go and do it. Do it when you're ready.
Yeah.
Do it when you're ready, you know? Like, some people want to get married and hold it. But this episode, shout out to my daughter in advance. You're probably coming 20 years, 30 years. I don't know when you're coming. But when you come, I'll play this episode.
You want your letter to come in 20 years, it'll be 47.
I'm not in a hurry to have a baby, man.
47.
I'm kidding. I'll probably have him in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
In Jesus' name. Maybe next week.
Maybe she's on the way. We never know.
Don't put ideas in people's. No.
Alright, guys.
But this episode, this one is we're sending it to our kids, the ones in the future, so they can watch it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the message. I feel good, man.
Yeah.
I feel positive. Like
It's
I feel
good.
like an energy. You know,
We always feel energized
this one, something left my body and just transferred. You
It's the
understand?
demonic spirits that you hold every day.
Yeah.
Those demons
And
that
I went to
you.
church today too. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we thank
Amen.
God.
Amen. Thank God. I hope you prayed for P.O.V.
I pray for everything. You know,
Yeah.
we'll come and look. We just want to say we appreciate everyone that
Thank you
showed
so
us their
much,
love.
guys.
I know it's not easy, but
the street episode is coming out, guys.
yeah, everyone's been asking for the street episode.
Oh my
Everyone's
God,
for it.
editing it is just so crazy.
It's going to happen. We're gonna do more of that. We just wanted to. It was a trial and error, but now we know people enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So watch out for more street episodes coming soon. We're gonna start inviting people. Maybe next year we'll start inviting people. So
so
people
you
can
should
share their life experiences.
Yeah.
I told my mom. She's like, I'm so happy. I'll be more than happy to talk about.
Really, we should invite her
she's
next
like, I'll
week.
tell you I met your dad. I was like, he's like,
Yeah.
I don't really care, but now we invite her.
Yeah, let's have we're trying to push more positive conversations and fun conversations as well. So yeah, guys, just
remember,
subscribe, like.
we did not get this when we were kids.
Yeah.
No one sat in front of a camera.
This is something you look when you need to talk to
what
someone.
to do when we were kids.
Yeah.
So this is from us to you guys. But don't forget to like,
share,
subscribe, tell a friend
to tell a friend.
And if you want the merch,
P.O.V podcast.
come on, drop it.
Love you guys. Bye.